Who here is happy? Oh, well, you don't need to hear any of this. You may think that happiness should be easy to understand, yet most of us have a tough time describing it or even recognizing it. Even worse, according to the experts, many of us misinterpret the concept and inadvertently diminish our ability to be happy. So start with a basic question, what is happiness? The answer is, of course, subjective, but I believe it to be the experience of any positive emotion. But then again, I am not an authority on the subject. I find the popular theories of positive psychology fascinating. I'm sometimes surprised how my preconceptions affect my course of action and ultimate outlook. I have no credentials beyond considering myself a relatively happy person and having a genuine interest in the happiness of other people. Needless to say, happiness can exist in many different forms. For some people, it is an adrenaline-fueled bout of ecstasy. They are constantly chasing after it. I am not one of those people. I tend to favor a more mild version. For me, happiness is the quiet backdrop to everything else. It's a subtle sense of satisfaction that may not be very exciting, but is rewarding. Nonetheless, research suggests I may have been genetically programmed with this preference. The set point theory tells us that 50% of our happiness quota is tied to a biological fixed level. Tremendously uplifting or traumatic experiences may tilt your disposition in one way or the other, but that effect is temporary. After a short while, you will return back to your default setting. That does not relieve you of responsibility for your well-being. While life circumstances such as physical appearance and living conditions account for only 10%, the remaining 40% is completely in your control. It is dependent on how we think and the activities we engage in. Happiness can be heavily influenced by the opportunities we have to experience flow. It is a feeling characterized as a deep focused concentration on a challenging yet gratifying task. Many sports enthusiasts describe this feeling as being in the zone. So I hear, I have no personal experience. When in a state of flow, you often lose track of time and find yourself completely absorbed in what you're doing. Surprisingly, flow study participants have reported these experiences happening in the workplace more often than anywhere else. Generally, we work to earn a paycheck. Does money make you happy? In short, yes, absolutely, money does make you happy. Obtaining financial security plays a major role in our overall well-being. A few years back, a study uncovered an ideal income for peak happiness, and that was $75,000 a year. If you have not yet reached this financial milestone yourself, but you keep company with others who have, it's not your imagination. They are much, much happier than you are. More money is not shown to enhance your daily mood, but there are conflicting views when it comes to wealth and happiness. Some say the fulfillment curve dictates overconsumption will lead to unpleasant feelings, while others say the richer you are, the more overall life satisfaction you experience. Matters of the heart are just as complex. Can love make you happy? Who doesn't love love? Does the resulting marriage and perhaps children bring lifelong happiness? Turns out it's hit or miss. Married people are reported as happier than unmarried folks, but that happiness returns to the baseline after 8 to 15 years. Also, childless adults are reportedly happier than parents. This is not advice to abandon your families in pursuit of happiness. Relationships still have a profound influence on overall happiness. We are naturally social creatures. Unfortunately, we find ourselves living in a modern world that has many of us feeling isolated and alone, even in the company of others. How do you see the people around you? Do you see strangers? Are you apprehensive? and nervous in their presence? Do you question their motives and act in your own interest as a result? How do these interactions impact your sense of well-being? Or do you surround yourself with friends? Do you see warm, inviting faces every day? Do they make you smile? Do you look forward to the time you get to spend with them? Have you formed a deep and powerful connection with at least a small number of these people who seem to be related? Do you see yourself as a part of a greater good? Researchers have found that one trait most strongly associated with a permanent increase in happiness, meaning you're actually changing your set point, is a commitment to helping others. Serving your community can indeed make you very, very happy. While there are some good tips available, there is no definitive guide for being as happy as possible. There is no get happy quick scheme to be had. After listening to the experts, you may have more questions than answers. Is happiness really all that complicated? Remember, no peer-reviewed journal, article, or large-scale study can replace your own life experience. Find the definition for happiness on your own terms. Listen and learn from the people and resources around you. And when someone smiles in your direction, make sure you smile back. Thank you.